So the first step that I do when I refresh my curls is I use one of my sprays. Like I have my Dad Botanical Boost spray. Let me bring this a little bit closer to you guys. I bought this off of Haunt Look. I don't remember how much I paid for it. It might have been anywhere from 12 to 18 bucks. I know that it's much more on the Dad website. I've been clearing out my, let me move my camera over a little bit. I'm looking at myself in my mirror that I moved onto this side so that I won't be looking at myself in the mirror as much. Yesterday I was clearing out my whole hair product stash, and I have like a bag filled of stuff for my friend who has curly hair, and she has like really curly wavy hair, and she's like, what, Kimmy, you don't like these products? Is that why you're giving them to me? I'm like, no, it's not that I don't like them, it's just that they don't work on my hair, but they might work on yours, and if they don't work on yours, you can pass them along. So we're gonna do this edition. I told her, let's do it like paid forward, just Curly Girls edition. So it's Curly Girls paid forward. Hey, that has a ring to it. Curly Girls paid forward. I might be using that as a theme for something coming up. Anyway, yeah, so I found this. I purchased this last year. It's the Garnier Fructis Triple Nutrition 3 nutritive fruit oils, olive, avocado, and shea for dry to over dry. That's funny. For dry to over dried hair. I never heard of over dried. Just dry. Anyway, we're damaged hair, and I've used quite a bit of it. I used it mainly last year during the summer, and the reason why I liked it last summer is because, well, I already shook it up, but it reminds me of like makeup remover a little bit, because you know how some makeup removers, it has the oil and then it has the water or the other I don't want to say chemicals, but other byproducts or products in it to remove the makeup. So this has the same thing as well. So I'm going to start off with using this first in my hair, and I'm just going to spray it onto my hair. And it smells just like the other Garnier Fructis products. I would say that I love how it's able to mist my hair, and it's a big mist and not like a small fine mist. Also too, I'm going to turn around so you guys can see the back of my hair. The back of my hair is much more no, it's much more coarse than the front part of my hair. The front part of my hair has very tight curls, and then the back part, it's a little bit loose and a little bit more thick. Like if I were to do like hair typing or whatever, I guess mine would be like a 4A in the back and like maybe a 3B, 3C in the front. So I'm going to turn around so you guys can see that. Normally I don't turn around in these videos just because my room is so small that the chances of me knocking down everything on my desk is very high. So this part of my hair, the right side, is the most coarse. This side is coarse on the left side, but it has much more of the curl that I find in the front, more towards this side, and then in the middle here it's much coarse, and it gets dry very easily. So that's why I look for products that are very moisturizing. Now, if I don't use something like this or the Botanical Boost Spray, I'll use water. And this is just regular filtered water from my Brita, or like sometimes if I don't drink all my water from my water bottles, I'll just pour it into here. So I'm going to go on and use just the Botanical Boost Spray, but I'm not going to use just regular water. I find that the Botanical Boost Spray works best in my hair. My hair really likes it, so I will be repurchasing this again off of Haunt Look. And they have another sale. I don't really care for the smell of it though. It kind of reminds me of, like smelly armpits, but hey, it works. That's the most important thing, and I usually cover up the smell with something else. Oops. So the next thing that I use in my hair, and I love this, and the very first time I went natural, I used this product, and one of my friends, she was about to toss it, and I told her, hey, I'll take it, I'll try it out. And it's the Cantu Shea Butter Leave-In Conditioning Repair Cream, and I like it. It's a very it looks very thick in the jar, but when you put it on your finger and you rub it out with your fingertips, it's kind of like a thick but kind of watery consistency, and my hair loves water. My hair loves to be wet, and once it's wet, my curls start popping. I also have to buy an Afro pick. I have one that my mom gave me, but one of the picks is broken on it. So I used it once in my hair and it ripped out some of my hair, so I have to pick up another. So I'm going to place them on the back. I try to focus a lot on this section here because right in here it's much longer than the front part of my hair. It's about 3.5 inches up here, and it tends to get dry very easily. And then I'm going to put some on the back of my hair as well. I think I'm going to spray a little bit more botanical glue so I feel that this side's a little bit more dry. Sometimes I'll even massage my scalp with that Eden Body Works peppermint oil spray that I showed you all the last time. I might do just a little bit today in the front part of my hair. And I usually, once everything is kind of meshed and blended in together, I'll just top it off with a little bit of pomade just to give me a little bit of shine. And the thing that I've really been loving lately to give me shine is the pomegranate green tea by Organics. This does contain silicones in it, but because I wash my hair so often, I'm able to, it only has one cone in it that I can see. And I'm not going to even bother to pronounce it, but I'll put it in the description box below so that way if you guys are looking into it and you're concerned about cones, the cone is the first ingredient, but it's the only cone within the whole ingredient list here. So I'll put that down on the bottom for you all if you're interested in getting that. I'm going to just massage my scalp a little bit with the Eden Body Works peppermint oil, peppermint tea tree oil. I have a little bit of a tender scalp. It's like really sore in the front part of my hair. So I just try to take my fingertips and just massage it onto my scalp. I'm going to put a little bit more. And this is something you can actually use on your body, this oil. It doesn't really have harsh chemicals in it. Or harsh ingredients, rather. I'm going to put a little bit more on the back of my hair. This is what the oil looks like as well, once it's blended to my fingertips. I think I need some more of the Cantu shea butter on the back part of my hair. It's a little dry. Also too, I'm thinking about putting some highlights in my hair. I was planning on going back to the same salon that I got my hair cut. However, I made an appointment and I received a call the day before I was supposed to go in, and it got canceled and they wanted me to reschedule. But I have to call them back. I don't know if I'm going to reschedule it actually, because it's just they're charging so much money to put the highlights in. It's just that by getting it done by a professional, I have that security of knowing that my hair will come out the color that I want it to come out. And another thing I'm afraid of is damage to my curls. That's the only thing. Those two things are the things that worry me the most. So I'm thinking about just sucking it up and just paying to have it professionally done, because I was thinking about just doing it myself. And right now I'm just putting in a little bit of the onion, I'll show you guys, the onion juices, no, sugars and berries. I always want to say juices and berries because it smells just like the juices and berries. And this is how much I've used of it. That's what it looks like. And I actually used some on my niece as well, and she loves the smell. And I used it on my nephew as well too. And then after that, I put on, if I can find the headband that I like. I don't know where it is. I'll probably find it right after filming this video. But I'll just use this other goodie stay put headband that I have. And I usually just put a headband on my hair. I like the other one that I have. I got 3 headbands for $1 from Target in their dollar aisle, because I guess for like they have back to school stuff in there. And I was like, hey, this will work on my hair. And the day before, I just bought this green goodie stay put headband for like $3 with like 3 other headbands for like $3 and change. And I find that the other one, and it's by the brand Sakuni or Sakunai, and I find it actually the dollar one works much better. But this will have to do until I find where I have the pink one. So that's it. That's how I refresh my hair. I think I'm going to put a little bit more water on this side. And after I'm finished with all this, I probably will still put a little bit of the Oyin sugars and berries. Oh, let me show you guys this. Remember, I'm always talking about psoriasis. This is what it looks like, and this is what it looks like in its beginning stages, because it gets worse than this. So I'm gonna have to break out my psoriasis topical solution. And the reason why I don't like to use the topical solution that's prescribed by my dermatologist is because it's a steroid, and I don't like the idea of putting the steroid on my scalp, even though they tell me it's okay. I just don't feel like it's safe. So I usually just try to go the natural route. That's why I use the tea tree oil, and that's why I think my scalp has been so tender, is because of the psoriasis. But I've been trying to avoid putting this on it, because I at first thought it was because I'm pulling and tugging at my hair so much. I think it's that, but I also think it's my psoriasis acting up. So that's my hair. That's what it looks like. I'm going to be filming another tutorial today for you all on makeup look. Yeah, so stay tuned. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye!